sometimes when you hear managers' comments post-match, you always feel, was that an excuse? They were clearly off the pace yesterday. Fernandinho looked like he'd every bit of his age yesterday, and he's one hell of a player. Ike Gundogan gave away the ball. He doesn't give away the ball. He did yesterday. I thought Fernan Torres playing as centre forward, anonymous, hardly in the game. Found it very difficult to play any impact at all. And then there was 2 young lads thrown in. Obviously, Samuel Endozi, and then Cole Palmer came in. And they're young lads, given an opportunity, but they're still 18 and 19-year-old players. You know, they're not quite ready for the first team. And there'll be fine players along the way. But to me, City were well short of Man City of what we know them. And that showed, Justin, you touched on players not only from England but from South America that weren't going to be available. They were totally undercooked yesterday, and a number of players didn't play particularly well. We touched on Ake and Mendy, that down the left side, they didn't get it right at all, did they? There seemed no relation. I felt a little bit sorry for the 2 young lads because clearly a number of the senior pros weren't up to speed.
No.
And they're thrown in to sort of, go on then, show us what you got.
Yeah.
Well, they've been showing him what they got into a team that their senior players weren't quite really ripe, prepared for it.
We got a first glimpse of Jack Grealish in a Manchester City shirt. He got quite a lot of time. I think he got like 25 minutes yesterday. Again, it's hard to read too much into his contribution, but what did you make of it? Where do you see him playing when everybody's fit? And our producer, as a top Spurs fan, mentioned the fact that he got the number 10 shirt. How much do you read into that in terms of whether they think they've given up on Harry Kane or not?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's me. I was never that bothered about a number. Like 9, 10 or 11. I played all 3. I was never that desire to be a certain number. I mean, I get it why some players are, but will that affect Kane's transfer? No, it's whether they can get the negotiations. I don't think the deal's going to fall through if Kane can't agree a number for the shirt.
No, but in terms of marketing, you want Kane's the number 10 at Spurs. I'd like to, believe that he'll want to keep that number. If that number's gone, I'm just wondering from a kind of marketing point of view, does that say that? Okay, we could have given Grealish any number, but if he's going to be our number 150 million
Does it count
player,
for the shirt you wore yesterday in the Community Shield? Does it count the number that Jack Grealish wore?
Good question.
Because I'm not so sure that for the Premier League you can still alter numbers. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
He's definitely number
count?
10. I've just been told, yeah.
Okay. So. Well, whatever.
But what did you make of what you saw of him, and where do you see him featuring?
Well, I know what Jack's going to do, and he fits in perfectly to what City play. One of the standout features yesterday, Jordan, was that Man City didn't keep the ball very well. That's their biggest attribute. Pep Guardiola hates players giving away the ball. There was too many misplaced passes yesterday, losing possession. He hates that. Now, they did that regularly yesterday. Jack Grealish can keep the ball for fun. So he'll be fine at City. And I'm not sure if he'll be a fixed position so much like he was at Aston Villa and with England. I think he's going to be more versatile because he's going to have to be, because Pep Guardiola alters positions and players quite regularly. So Jack's going to have to do that. I think there's a question whether he can be as versatile as is required, but certainly keeping the ball and moving it around and wait a pass. Jack Grealish is up there with the very best.
Cass, I want one name. Who right now, if you were a betting man, who right now would you say will be lifting the Premier League title come May?
I still think City.
You think City?
I do.
Is that with the caveat of Kane or not, or even without Kane, you still have them as the
I still think they're a team to beat. I don't look. Last year's total wasn't as big as they've had in years before. No. 80 odd points. They've got close to 100. They got 100, and they've got close to 100 on other occasions. They're capable of getting incredible, set record numbers. I think it'll be tight, and I don't think it'll be separated by more than, say, 8 points, 6 points. I think it'll be around that mark. There's teams around them that could get much closer, and I think it will happen this year. I still think they're the team to beat. Was
there anything that you saw from yesterday's performance from Manchester City that led you to believe if Harry Kane was in that team, they will be better with Harry Kane, obviously, in the team. But do you think that they need Harry Kane in that team and a centre-forward like him to be able to retain and kick on? Or do you think they can, without him, they still be fine?
I don't want a team to win things without centre-forward. And City have done that, and I applaud them for doing that. As a manager, he's shown tactically that he can really change things around and be very, affect football incredibly. But I'd love to see City with a centre forward, because I think they make them an even better team. And I think at their very best, when Aguero was a top player for them, that was the City I really enjoyed. And he's had partners from Dzeko, Negredo, just had really good players alongside him as well. I don't really want a team to win the Premier League without centre forward, because I'm a centre forward and I love watching centre forwards.
It's always about you centre forwards, isn't it? It's always about you.
No, it's not. It's not a union, Jordan. It feels weird not having or watching football where teams can win things without having a centre forward. To me,
I get you.
Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said,
I get you.
but it's something. It's just a personal thing.